We'll start with the M-billionth film. Rohit, can we have the film first?
We got 348 entries, I would say, not nomination. The valid votes were 230, and then the first round screening brought us to 219.
It was great to hear about and learn about the various kind of initiatives being run across South. The jury was very innovative, and we could manage to get the best innovative solutions were going to be awarded down the line.
It was a great learning and an eye-opener to see some of the best innovations coming out of South Asia, countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and doing some very cutting-edge work there in technology.
Kind of debate that we have among the 12 to 13 members is something which is really worth taking back home. So there's a lot of learning personally, and there's a lot of appreciation for technology that comes.
Embellish awards are very important initiatives because there are a lot of awards out there for some of the well-funded, high-risk projects in various sectors that need this kind of
Jury process has been rigorous. Jury process has been involved. It's covered each and every one of the elements and might go into finding winners.
End of the day, I just feel happy that we've done the best, and we looked at all the applications and really looked at what value they bring in, and I think this is fantastic and we are just continuing.
Very rich set of nominations that you've received, and fantastic viewers with a wide amount of experience in various industries. So I think you've done justice to the whole thing.
You bring so much hope, so much vitality, and so much good to the world. So congratulations all of you. It is always an act of self-renewal when we are able to applaud and appreciate the good work that you do.
So thank you very much. So our agenda for the day is as follows. Till 11 o'clock, we'll have the inaugural ceremony. 11 to 11:30, we break for tea. From 11:30 to 1, we'll have the first parallel session. From 1 to 2, we'll have lunch. From 2 to 3:30, we'll have the second parallel session. Again, we break for tea from 3:30 to 4. And from 4 o'clock, we'll start the gala awards, which will go on till 5:30. Our hashtag for the day is #MBillion2016 for those who are tweeting. So according to the latest report from Internet Mobile Association of India, by June 2016, India has estimated 371 million mobile internet users, out of which almost 71% exist in urban India. M-Billionth Awards is working towards closing the gap between urban and rural India. Every M-Billionth Awards is a milestone in this regard. A step closer to the dream when India would be 100% digitally literate, and mobile phones will be the prime digital tool towards dissemination of the information. We have an esteemed panel to deliberate on this subject a little more. So first, I'd like to call upon Mr. Sukumar Ranganathan. He serves as the editor of Mint at HT Media Limited. He is a part of the founding member of Mint Joint HT Media in October 2016 from the India Today group, where he was then the managing editor of Business India. Mr. Sukumar. Our second esteemed panelist is Mr. N.K. Singh. He is a politician, economist, and former Indian Administrative Service Officer. He is currently the chairman of Review Committee for Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003 under the Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Mr. N.K. Singh. Our third panelist is Mr. Gaurav Dwivedi. He is an IAS officer of the 1995 batch of Chhattisgarh cadre. He is currently posted as CEO of MyGov Department of Electronics and Information Technology and is responsible for managing the GOI's Citizen Engagement Platform. Mr. Chetan Krishnaswamy is the country head public policy Google India. In his role as the country head public policy of Google India, he engages with policymakers, industry associations, and members of civil society and academia to create a conducive environment for an open and inclusive internet. Mr. Parag Kar serves as the Vice President of Government Affairs at Qualcomm Incorporated for India and the South Asia. His responsibilities include interfacing with regulatory and policy-making agencies in the region on behalf of Qualcomm and ensuring these entities as well informed on the various aspects of Qualcomm business. Mr. P. Balaji is the Director Regulatory, External Affairs and CSR of Vodafone India. An executive committee member at Vodafone India, Mr. Balaji leads the company's regulatory, public policy and government relations activities. Mr. Jamyang Tashi is the managing partner of QED Consulting Group in Bhutan. QED's major areas of work include research and consulting in the areas of economy, society, public policy, business, and management. Now I'd like to call upon Mr. Osama Manzar, who is the founder and director of Digital Empowerment Foundation, to start with the opening remark.
Thank you very much. Delighted that this is the 7th year of M-Billionth Award. I remember about 7 years back when Manthan Award was happening, and it was in the 7th or 8th year, because Manthan Award is now 15 years. There was a huge pressure that how mobile is penetrating all over the country, and we should do something about it. And in 7 years, perhaps it looks like that there are more, applicant of M-Billionth Award than even Manthan Award. You can see the board which has got 300 plus nominations. So our esteemed panelists, we would like to introduce you to the first row, which is all the finalists. This year we have 69 finalists. All of them are not here, but they would be pouring in. And they are from 10 categories, and they're doing marvelous job from all over South Asia. We wanted to have all the countries on the panel, but as the situation is, we couldn't get anybody from Pakistan. Bangladesh said that we need more time to give you visa to our invited people, and so on and so forth. So with this one, I just want to give in my welcome remarks about 3-4 things. Our award is instituted in such a way that we always look for people who are innovators at a very, very early stage. And give you a few examples. For example, when Ola was not known, we had given them an award. When Red Bus was not known, we had given them an award. when Paytm was more known from 197 than the 197 known by Paytm, we had given them an award. News Hunt, which has been funded more than $200 million, which is now known as India Hunt, was, pardon me? Daily Hunt, sorry, yeah, and they had been identified by us. Rangde, which is a crowdsourcing platform for microfinance and helping people, was identified by us, and I can go on and on. So who knows who from you in the first row sitting here, whom example will be giving in a couple of years' time, saying that we will take pride that we recognized you before anybody recognized you, and we would like you to continue to recognize us also, so that this platform keep on growing. The reason why our panel is here, and it's a combination of people, is because our purpose is to make mobile penetrate to the last level, and that's the reason why it is named billionth. We would like the billionth population to have the mobile in their hand, and our task is not complete. We may say that 1 billion mobile penetration is there in India, but that 1 billion is actually the number of SIM that we have sold, and not the number of people who are using the mobile. The number of people that are using the mobile is not more than 600 to 700 million. So we still have a long way to go. And if you look at women, 72% of our women do not use mobile. They do not have access to mobile. So that's another highly inequitable situation as far as mobile penetration is concerned. So I would like that to be highlighted from the perspective of policy, from the perspective of spectrum, from the perspective of net neutrality. And with the help of all of you, we would like it to take it forward. So this platform is not only just award where you get recognition, but it's a platform which has got a lot of responsibility, both side of the fence, from the panel side also, and from the people who are going to be recognized, and they're going to share their innovation over a period of day. So thank you very much. With that note, my job was just to just kick start it, and I will now hand over to Mr. Sukumar, who has been extremely supportive to this platform. It was taken birth in his room in Mint. They have been very supportive in terms of highlighting the best innovations and all that, and he has been very kind to be always here to take note of who is the innovator and take this. So I'll hand it over to do the panel, and panel is a free-flowing discussion where everybody get benefited with democratic participation. Thank you very much.
So Sama. No, I know everyone's names. Yeah. As Osama was reeling off names of all those winners. As Osama was reeling off names of all the winners, let's take it back in time, because I think over the last stop again. All right, I'll start again. As Osama was going through all the names, I was taken back in time, because I think over the last 8-9 years that we've been associated with the Digital Empowerment Foundation, several of my colleagues have sat in on the jury process and come back with these interesting names of companies which are doing cool things. And I think if Osama had been smarter, he would have probably taken an equity stake in all those companies. So M billionth would have been in an entirely different place now, right? Or there would have been a different meaning to the word billionth, right? Of course, I think one reason why we've always supported Osama is because we believe fundamentally in the power of technology to change lives. And I think in India, we've all seen that happen. One of my first jobs in journalism was covering telecom. I started in journalism in 93, 94. And that was around the time that the first mobile telephony licenses had been given out. And you can't even recognize the landscape when you compare it to now. And I think between 94 and 99, you had a period of very low growth, primarily because of the way the industry was structured. And I'm very glad that NK is here because he was one of those people who was instrumental in NTP 99. I don't think many people know that, but the new telecom policy of 99, we have a man here who was instrumental in many aspects of it. And again, if you look at the numbers, between 99 and 2008, if I'm not wrong, every year the mobile telephony base of the country more than doubled. And that was Indian telecom's hockey stick moment. And I think we are now at a stage where we probably need another hockey stick moment for mobile broadband. I'd like to take all numbers mentioned by anyone with a pinch of salt. So, Osama was citing IAMAI numbers about 371 million mobile internet connections. Please take it with a pinch of salt. The number is significant, it's growing, but I often wonder whether any of these numbers indeed are anywhere as close as they need to be. We have around an hour, so I'm going to try and break it up into 3 parts. The first part, which will probably be the longest part of the discussion, I want to focus on regulation, because I think the theme that we have, which is transforming lives, it's a given, right? I mean, we all know technology transforms lives. What we have to look at is whether we have the right regulatory infrastructure in place, the right regulatory regime in place, the right technology infrastructure in place, and the right business models in place to really continue to do this, especially in areas such as mobile broadband. And within the broader regulatory space, we have issues related to last mile, we have issues related to spectrum, and of course we have issues related to net neutrality. It's a pity there's no one from Facebook here, but I'm told they agreed, and then when they found out that Nikhil was going to be here, they said we don't want to be in the same room as him, right? So I'm going to start with Mr. Singh, and I'm going to ask him to give us his perspective on whether he thinks we have the right regulatory regime in place to sort of facilitate this growth going forward. So the order in which we'll do this is we'll do regulations first, then we'll look at technology, and then finally we'll look at the business aspect of it, because I think it's very important that we also look at the business aspect of it. Charity and philanthropy are not good business models. The companies have to make money, but how will they make money, right? So